G'day, Sea Dog here. Welcome to my channel for high school drilling students.
Okay, so we're just going to continue to our next stage of soldering the links for our little Cuban chain. Just put that to the side. These are the links we've already soldered, so there's 11 of them. These are the ones that are not soldered, and we're going to use these ones to connect the already soldered ones together. So I'll just take this off our little scrap bit of brass that we use for cleaning these in the pickle and just slide them off. Now what I'm going to do is separate these. So I've got two ones that are already soldered here with one that's not soldered, and because that's how we're going to make lots of links of 3. So use one of these to connect those two, and use that one to connect these two, and so on. So we've got a bunch of 3 link chains of 3 links. And then later on, of course, we solder all them together. So that's fine. I've got a spare one here, and this one's here. So, okay, we're using our same snipe nose pliers that we used to get these ready to join our circles together now, so to make our little mini chains. So what I'm going to do is get one like that and just open him right up. I'm going to pop one soldered one on, the second soldered one on, and then close that together. And again, I need to make sure these are fully closed and fully touching, and I'm pushing pressure towards each other to close the gap, as well as twisting them so they line up. This one's not quite closed, so I'm just going to close him up like that. And just correct it this way a bit now as well. Again, it's about doing everything in readiness for the moment of soldering. So that, I'm really happy with him now, so I can put him aside and he'll be ready to solder in a minute. Then I'm going to get my next one, open him up. Okay, one more to go. Beautiful. Okay, so now when I put all them together like so, that's going to be fairly close to as much as I need. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 5 lots of 3 there. So there's 15 links there, but then there'll be 16, 17, 18, 19, and then I'll have a look and judge whether I need any more. But I think that'll be enough. So our next step then is to go about soldering each of these little tiny soldering joins on those middle links. Okay, I just want to show you the setup I've got before I actually start soldering these 3 link chains together. So I've got just here a third hand sort of a setup. So it's this thing here, it's got a heavy base, and that supports this setup where it holds a tweezer, just called a third hand. And we're going to put in that third hand, I'm going to put this little bit of wire. Now this wire doesn't look much, but it's actually quite special. It's made out of titanium. Nothing sticks to titanium, and that's really, really good because it means I can't accidentally solder. It's impossible to accidentally solder my little circles to this, okay, because that's the last thing we want to do. That's a common problem when we're soldering links. Instead of soldering it where we want to, we solder multiple links together, and that's no good. So I've got that also in a hole. This is just a broken bit of fire brick, and I've drilled a hole in it with a masonry bit, or just with any bit, and that just helps to support our hook. And then what we do is get our chain of three links and just pop him on the hook there. So I've got the hook there, and you can clearly see, just if I point through here, you can clearly see how it's holding the two lower links right out the way, so there's no possible way of soldering them to the middle link, which is the one that we're soldering. So I'm just going to pop a tiny bit of flux on that middle link, like so. And as soon as I put heat on that, that will draw the flux right into the gap where we need it, which will cause the solder to flow right into the gap as well. Okay, so let's just give that a crack. Off screen I've just got my little tiny pieces of solder, so just pick one up. Make sure, if you can, you've got the little ball of solder close to the tip of the pick, the soldering pick, because that's going to help to position the solder right where we want to on the join, which is just there. And just going to put warmth around the join, not only on the one spot, just around. There we go, and you can see it's sucked it in beautifully, and we've successfully soldered our first little join on our three link chain. So then just going to get a pair of tweezers and remove that, pop it in the water, and then I can carefully set up my next one. Beautiful. Into the water. So there's our lots of 3-link chains, 5 of them. My next stage now is to pickle those, get them nice and clean, and then use some other individual links to join those all into one. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 to connect all these together. Okay, thanks for watching.